myself. Oh no, give me that sound. Oh, I gotta go like Cobain. 8 years to the grave, gone insane. My blood got propane. How you gon' go and throw my name with shame? Already cross-faded, making it to the disco. I hate it, and you know how this goes. You framed it, picture painted in my room. This that real life shit, none on Zoom. Got the scene in it.
Make sure you subscribe to JerCrispy.
What's up, y'all? It shows the most, it does the most. JerCrispy, welcome back to another video. Today, what I got y'all is What Happened to the Diary of Wimpy King by Daniel the Doc. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow social media, gonna pop up on the screen. Let's see what we got going on. No, this is good.
Something like Wizard Boy or Ring Boy or Lightsaber Boy. And I would say you're wrong, she said, in my opinion. Shut up. The best movie franchise ever made, without a doubt, is Diary of a Wimpy Kid. The first movie came out swinging following the success of the first book. Coupled with the fan favorite casting, this movie became a staple in homes across the globe.
If I'm not looking at the thing like that, I'm texting somebody real quick. So yeah, I'm listening. And I'm gonna put my inputs to this, like always.
Following that up a year later,
they
released a sequel.
The first one is a banger.
Arguably better than the first film, providing all the same qualities and laughs we got from the first film. And to keep that successful ball rolling, the next year, a third movie, acting as what a lot of people viewed as the end of the franchise. All of these beloved characters had now grown up and the actors had... So obviously 5 years later, boom! A fourth movie. Finally, another Diary of a Wimpy Kid film. We get to see all our beloved characters again, like Rowley, or Greg, or Roger. Okay, what the fuck? I've been looking for an excuse to go back and watch all these movies from my childhood. So...
Did you know you could block annoying ads like this from interrupting your videos, and it only takes a few seconds? Let me lay it out for you. Pi is a free extension that blocks ads on your favorite sites. You install it once, and then you can use the internet freely. And forget about the ads that used to be there.
We open the first movie on every Gen Z girl's first hear me out. And let's just get this out of the way. It's so obvious what made these movies so memorable. The casting. I cannot criticize any casting choice made in this movie. Every single person in this movie I only know from this movie. Steve Zahn? Never heard of him. Oh, you mean Frank Heffley. When I watched Oppenheimer for the first time, the only thing I could think in this scene, before they blew up an atomic bomb, was, that's Roderick! And here's a cute fact. Before casting decisions were final, Zachary Gordon stated that at his 11th birthday, his birthday wish was to get casted for the role of Greg. And I think we're all glad he did. I don't know exactly how they did such a phenomenal job with the casting, but bravo.
The only reason I agreed to write in this thing is because when I'm rich and famous, I'll have better things to do than answer people's stupid questions all day long.
Gregory, tell us about your childhood.
Were you always so smart and handsome?
Here's my journal. Now, shoo.
So look, Mom asked me to give you some advice about middle school. It's real simple. Don't talk to anyone. Don't look at anyone. Don't go anywhere. Don't sit down. Don't raise your hand. Don't go to the bathroom. Don't get noticed. Don't choose the wrong locker. Don't.
Now, I'm not sure if anyone has stated that this movie is uneducational, but I followed these rules to a T in high school. And now...
Like, that's some worse advice to tell you a little brother about middle school, bro. I never told my little brother like that, bro. I said, just be you, bro. Just be you. Don't be weird and don't do too much, man. Don't act up in school, bro. That's it.
I am so lonely.
Quick word of wisdom for
and also, don't let nobody mess with you at school, too. So if somebody put their hands on you, make sure you beat the fuck out of them.
One who's unable to get the message from this film. But Rowley is 148 times more likable than Greg. He's fun, nice, and authentic. And that's why...
I mean, he was kind of annoying to me, bro. He was just getting on my nerves. He was like such a... I don't know, bro. Like... He was like one friend that you'll hop on a game with. You could chill and hop on a game with, but like you see him in person, he like, I'd rather play with you on the video game, my brother. That type of guys.
Rowley pulls.
We're gonna divide you up into 2 teams. So you 2 over here, 3 this side. Good. You guys are going to be shirts, and you will be skins.
Segregation. This movie's more realistic than I remember.
It's barbaric. It's completely barbaric.
Oh, shit.
This place is an intellectual wasteland.
Why'd she drag a chair there? When did she drag a chair there? The absolute disrespect towards Rowley in this movie is so unwarranted.
He had to eat his lunch on the floor.
Perfect. And if nobody wants you sitting at their table, you think they want chummy buttons over here?
I didn't know Roger was into motorcycles. Class favorites. So the best in their class.
Now, fun fact, as a kid, I also wanted a position in the yearbook. And luckily,
I still still got a special position in the yearbook. Besides, my senior year, I picture me graduation holding with the principal hands, getting my diploma, smiling ear to ear, excited to get from the school, and then me in football. That's it, really.
everyone at my school had like a really bad sense of humor, which is why I got this. Most likely to become a comedian.
Don't you have to be funny for that?
What did I tell you would happen if you ever went in my room again? Let's go, baby!
Are you a Roblox fanatic? Microsoft Rewards has a brand new way for you to earn.
Dog, bro. Dog, that will forever be the most funniest thing. Let go, baby hippo.
So you're gonna have to come out sometime, loser. I'll wait here as long as it takes.
Time out, Roger. I have to pee.
No timeouts, only death.
And maybe I just had a boring room growing up, but why does Greg have such a sick room?
I'm saying.
He had a dartboard in his bedroom.
Yeah, I would have. I don't know. Oh.
This movie's great. Greg, being the little narcissist that he is, looks at potential clubs he could join to hopefully end up in the yearbook. And him being half the size of everyone, decides it's a great idea to join wrestling. No, he then gets absolutely destroyed by our friend Frankly, which is a hilarious thing to name your kid. I don't know if it's a nickname
Frankly.
or his legal name. I prefer to think the latter because that is hilarious. Come on, you're almost there. Keep pushing. There he is.
Nigga.
It's your baby boy. Ew. What's wrong? Oh, it's nothing. It's your baby boy. I gotta go do some doctor stuff. I'm like, ew. Ew, he's an ugly baby. Oh my goodness. Hi, have you decided on a name yet? I was thinking Fred, but this baby is way too fugly to get that kind of name. Fugly, huh? I think I have a suggestion.
My boss's son, Will, was smaller than you, but he built himself up with the weights. We could get you the same equipment. You could train, get the right nutrition, cardio. You'd be in tip-top shape, just like Will. And it would only take, like, 3 months.
Damn.
I remember thinking when I was a kid, 3 months? That's way too long. I'll just look up how to get abs in 10 minutes. But now I understand. 3 months is an understatement for a body transformation. Frank's being generous. And schizophrenic. But we'll get to that in a bit. And to feed into Greg's narcissistic tendencies, they show the class this video.
About to learn an important lesson about self-worth and esteem.
Okay, let's talk about what we've learned.
I don't know about anyone else, but I know what I learned. It is awesome to be me. The problem with Rowley is that he's not enough like me. I can't ditch him because he'd be lost without me.
Yeah, really.
Maybe I can fix him.
Fix him? Fix him? Yep. Greg sucks.
Wow, you're lucky. My mom doesn't let me play with makeup anymore.
Shut up, Tool.
Going to the north side, huh? Takes you right past the devil worshiper. You know about that story, right? There used to be this house right here where these woods are. They had to tear it down because what happened there was so terrible. A long time ago, two kids who were, I don't know, maybe in middle school, they put the kids in these giant pizza ovens, and they cooked them, and they ate them.
Nigga, I wouldn't even believe that.
So the house burned down with everyone in it.
I would have never believed
How
that.
did trees get there?
And then they planted trees.
This movie's the best. After getting chased by a couple of
Bro, who's
on
calling you,
Halloween,
bro?
Radley finally becomes self-aware.
Just know we at this point right here. Alright. This is me about to edit, finishing up this, so let's get it.
Let's call your mom to come get us. Mom, kill me if she knows we're here. I will too. She thinks you're a bad influence. She's right.
I'm sorry, but what the hell is that leaf blower going to do? Anyway,
Right.
Greg the Grunk breaks Rowley's arm and now is angry at him for having a broken arm. I told you, Rowley Pulse, the audacity to stand up preemptively thinking you were going to win. Even the teacher's like, yeah, Rowley, you got it.
You know what, Greg? You're not a good friend.
I'm gonna say this once. Greg is a good friend at times when he want his way, when his ways. Not when they ain't a good friend to either. So it's 50-50. He really a mama boy. Look, ain't nothing wrong being a mama boy. For all y'all niggas out there, ain't nothing wrong being a mama boy. Ain't nothing wrong with being, you know, a mama's boy and not like that. Just, but there's certain levels of being a mama boy.
Don't come by my house.
Damn.
Yes! Rowley! You finally did it! Rowley!
I really wouldn't
They're
do
now
that.
auditioning for the school play, and everyone besides Zach uses their real singing voice here. But nonetheless, Greg sings like an angel. And pause! That guy, that character right there, might be the most interesting character in the movie. Because he's now in prison.
Because he killed someone. Not in the movie, in real life. And not just someone, his own mother. It is an insane, terrifying story that's honestly a little bad to be putting in this video, so I'll only briefly discuss it. But after his early acting success of getting casted in Diary of a Wimpy Kid and then later Riverdale, things were looking up for this guy. However, unfortunately, as what happens with a lot of child actors, he wasn't getting that many more acting roles. And this started to have a pretty serious toll on him mentally. Eventually, he reached a breaking point and decided he was going to assassinate the Prime Minister of Canada. Why? I don't know. But Diary of a Wimpy Kid was actually filmed in Canada, so maybe there's a connection. But he found a flaw in his plan. His mother. He didn't want her to live as this mother of a murderer. So he thought it would make sense to kill her. Then on the way to Canada, he changed his mind and turned himself in. It is a horrific story, but also interesting trivia next time you're watching this movie with someone.
Yeah, crazy.
Sing!
Damn.
Sorry for interrupting. Isn't that annoying? If you he acts like
Shoot, I ain't sorry. Interrupting. You kind of, it's fine.
you should just download that. Let me lay it out.
I thought Dorothy deserved it.
Of course you did. Roderick once again proves himself to be the king of feminism.
Do you have anything you want to say to women for having owned this offensive magazine?
I'm sorry, women.
And And after a brutal public battle between Rowley and Greg, they make up and the movie is over. This movie is just great. And it also made nearly $80 million in the box office, so it's no surprise that next year... So this movie is probably my favorite in the franchise, and it's for a reason you probably didn't pick up on. So if I just go over here to this sketchy website, it should be fine, and... What the hell? I don't even have a doorbell. Hello? Huh. No one's here.
Oh my god, don't tell me this is a whole ad. Oh, you fucking kidding me. Get the fuck out my face with that bullshit. That's half of the...
I've been wanting to rewatch restrictions with Expressy. Identity Defender.
His good friend Rowley and Fugly, who gives them pizza. And have you not learned from the last movie? Never take food from this guy. It's not gonna go well. Greg is as narcissistic as usual because the second he sees a pretty girl, he's like, she will be mine. And it's nice to see he picked up some tendencies from his father and can't tell the difference between hallucinations and reality.
What?
I said, excuse me. You're blocking the exit.
Now after watching this scene, I only have one thought. Roderick rules. That's the name of the movie, guys, yeah! He said the name of the movie! He said the name of the movie! Shut up!
Greg Heffley, this is your mother. Everything is going to be okay. Stay where you are, and your father is going to come rescue you. I repeat, everything is going to be okay. Okay, here he comes. Here comes Frank. I see him. He's on his way. Okay.
I know. They have to be more self-aware to pull a stunt like that. I mean, Frank has an excuse. He doesn't know what the hell is going on, but Susan? Susan?
Manny's been telling on me ever since he was able to speak.
Bubby did it. Bubby did it. Bubby did it.
Greg!
Manny's a little snitch. That relatable moment when your older brother causes your teacher generational hatred.
India? Why would you go there? I was thinking, we should enter the talent show. I could do my magic act and you could be my assistant. Assistant? No way. Doing magic tricks is bad enough. Assisting the guy doing the tricks? I'd never make it to 8th grade.
Has Greg learned nothing since the last movie? Rowley knows what he's talking about. You don't. Rowley knows how to make people like him. You don't. Rowley pulls. You don't. So maybe drop your whole superior act and listen to the guy.
What? Manny, what have you done?
I'm only free.
Manny.
I would love for that to
Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. Nigga, I would've RKO'd that little nigga. I ain't gonna hold you. I would've had to RKO that little nigga. That would've been the day I would've... Like, that serious, bro. On my Xbox, how you put a freaking cookie inside the Xbox like that and then smudge it up perfectly in that little circle? Like, I promise you.
It would provide hope for smaller boys everywhere. But girls like that just don't hang out with guys like us.
Damn. Didn't know this movie was such a proprietor of the black pill mindset.
You gotta be born sexy and with a good personality. That's why I pay for X premium.
After Roderick moves his way into both him and Greg getting grounded, also I want that shirt, Frank's able to bypass his delusions for long enough to tell them,
Anybody over this weekend?
which they immediately ignore. Seeing this party when I was a kid made me so hype for high school parties, and they are such a letdown. Just a bunch of people either drunk or stoned, and of course play musical chairs. And I shouldn't have to keep reminding you, but Rowley, he pulls.
Hi, you've reached the Heffley residence. Please leave a message.
Hey guys, Manny's sick. We're on our way home. See you in an hour.
Holy! I do not care how efficient you are not cleaning up this house in 1 hour. Also, that chair definitely got wet. It's the name of the movie!
No, I got it!
See, it's a good thing I locked you down here now. Let's go!
Roderick, the bathroom door. The door doesn't have a lock on it. The other door had a lock on it, and this doesn't. We're dead, and if they find out...
This might be the best joke in the franchise.
Does he know about the D.O., Ari?
Huh?
The door.
No! No!
What the hell is his goal there?
Greg, 2 words. Bathroom door.
Like, what happened to that, bro? Freaking quality is just gonna act as this shit. This computer too.
It was Roderick. He maybe he was his idea. He had the party, so we were on the door, so we had to change it.
I knew it.
First Manny, now Greg. These damn Heffleys. Because
Right.
Roderick thinks Greg kept his mouth shut about the whole door incident, they're now friends. But Greg, being the loser that he is, can't do anything but try to get one girl's attention. And it's going pretty well.
Hi, Holly.
Oh, hi, Fregley.
She thinks I'm Fregley?
It's gotta hurt.
What is with Coach Malone? He's so mean to scrawny kids. Now Roderick is showing Greg how to have a good night, sober, and they start with some awesome pranks. And I don't know about you, but if I saw fake vomit on my car, I wouldn't be scared. I'd probably do something like this. Oh, what the hell? Ew. That's it. I'm not clutching my pearls.
Who's out there?
Coach Malone?
Real funny, yeah? Oh, yeah. Well, you just messed with the wrong athlete! Show yourself! Ah. There's them all, come on! Gotcha!
I told you he was crazy. What if that was them? And you're just going to tackle 2 kids in a shopping center? Now, this is around the time that Frank loses it a bit more. The cracks start to form a tad.
Roderick, can you explain what you're doing in this photo?
That's not me.
That's not you? I can't believe that you had a party.
Greg, you told me it was a couple of kids. A band rehearsal.
You told Mom? I knew they had a party. You knew about this, but you didn't tell me about it? We are supposed to be a team.
Crazy.
Why were you taking pictures?
It was so crazy that morning that I forgot we took the pictures.
I haven't been able to look at that bathroom door for 2 weeks.
I knew that door had a lock on it. And everybody was trying to make me feel like I was losing my mind.
Now, weirdly good emotional acting from Devon when he's told as punishment he's not allowed to perform in the talent show, which, strange punishment. They get sent off to the nursing home to be with their grandfather, who delights them in some top-tier jokes.
Putting economic policy before fiscal responsibility is like putting the cart before the horse.
That is hilarious, Grandpa. I'll read another one, Greg.
And Greg gets his revenge on Holly.
See you later, Fregley. I thought being at Grandpa's was a punishment. But really, it was destiny that Holly was here too. My luck had finally changed.
I've never believed in fate or destiny or whatever until now. Things are finally starting to go my way.
Roderick, be quiet. Talk on the phone someplace else.
I thought being at Grandpa's was punishment, but really, it was destiny that Holly was here too. My luck had finally changed. Aww.
Oh, Greg, you idiot. Everyone knows when you write about your little crush, you burn it to the ground. You don't give your older brother a chance to read it, alright? You burn it.
Oh, God. I hate when they come. I got a garbage bag right here, that file.
Very inconspicuous, Greg. Good job.
Is that a little boy running around naked? Oh, no, it's just a pot plant running around naked. That was almost weird.
Now, the day we've been waiting for has finally come. The talent show. And things aren't going good. Riley's assistant for his magic act, remember like earlier when he was talking about that, got stage fright and is now not wanting to do the show because he's 7. And since Roderick was banned from participating in the talent show, his band Loaded Diaper, sick name by the way, replaced him. And Frank?
This roller skating kid is really good. Don't you think that he could be good?
But luckily, Greg comes in clutch and knows how to kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
You wait for them to be flying next to each other, then throw it really hard.
And unrelated to that predicament, he also has a solution to both problems. He tells his mom that he will be Rowley's assistant in the magic act if she lets Roderick participate in the talent show, which she agrees with.
I mean, how bad can it be?
At US Bank, we think the best relationship should feel easy, from dating to getting more serious. And you know what else should feel easy? Setting up direct deposit to your new account, obviously. Long-term happiness for all. That's the power of us.
What is with that reaction? These are parents, so what's so surprising about a magic bag? They haven't done anything yet. 2 people in costumes? They perform their tricks and people love it. And if you have somehow forgotten, Rowley pulls. So because of Greg's sacrifice, Roderick forgives him and roll credits. That movie's great. And also performed well in the box office, which is why... Now before we get to that, this is the point in my research that I discovered that not only are there books, and not only are there movies, there's a f***ing musical. That's right, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, the musical. You can still buy tickets. From what I gather, this musical is based off the first movie, which is based off the first book. They have the whole album available to listen to. And although I assume this is way too many years late to be making a musical about this, says the guy making an entire YouTube video about this, but it's cool to see how excited everyone involved is. Some scoops even perform it, and Zachary Gordon went and surprised someone performing it, which was pretty cool. So that's a fun fact. This video should be coming out during the second showing, so if you live in Nashville, go check it out. That might sound like I'm being paid to say that. I'm not sponsored by Jeff Kinney. But I am by ExpressVPN. Why would you stay somewhere like that? Go home, sit on your lawn, go to the park, I don't care, just don't go there. Now it's their last day of 7th grade, and what is with this trope of you've waited long enough? If you haven't been spending much time online, or your feed isn't as broken as mine, either way, I'm jealous. But you've probably been quite confused at the references I've been making to one character. Frank Heffley. This individual, who many know only as Frank Heffley, the father of Gregory Heffley, Roderick D. Heffley, and the third boy, known to many as Maddie. However, the people more familiar with Frank know the cracks and flaws that he demonstrates in his physique.
Ah! Guess who's the laughter now? Me!
It was revealed in a recent interview that Frank had many mental complications with schizophrenia. Yet Susan, his wife, informed us that it wasn't a problem until it was.
No! I stopped laughing! I stopped!
So, what happened? He was struggling to identify what was real and what was fake. And while his profession wasn't affected by these said complications, his family was. The middle child, Gregory, and the older child, Roderick, seemed to place a lot of stress on Frank, causing more vivid hallucinations. Luckily, the youngest child, Manny, coupled with his professional gaslighting skills, was able to shift his share of the blame onto another character, Bubby. Many believe he's referring to his older brother. However, I believe him, much like his father, struggles to distinguish between reality and his own delusions. Who is this Bubby character? That's a question for another day. The main incident transpired when Frank finally lost it at
what if we're going with this?
When he discovered that they had spent the entire day on TV and video games. This, while seeming minor and insignificant to us, may have been viewed as life or death. Hence, the incident. If you still have no idea what I'm talking about, you probably think I'm crazy now. But there's a joke going around stating that Frank is schizophrenic. People will make crazy edits of him, or even edit the movie down to an entire thriller trailer. I know I didn't have to explain that, but if you haven't seen that before, you were probably really confused. Now back to that movie. I am telling you, you think Frank's crazy? Still lying to try to pull? Bubby, come on. Listen to my boy Rowley and tell the truth. The furthest you've gotten with this little crush is by telling the truth. And now you're over here lying. He's gonna die alone. Because Greg, the chronic liar, uses this opportunity to tell his struggling father that he's gotten a job at this country club. But Roderick sees through this facade and tells Greg that he'd be happy to keep his mouth shut as long as he brings him to the country club as well. Can I complain about something that is so consistent in movies? And I understand why they do it. It's because of like child labor laws and stuff. But you're telling me that she, someone who was 20 while filming this, is playing someone turning 16. How? And I was curious, so I looked at how Roderick was meant to be. He's also meant to be 16. However, it seems that failing to pull runs in the family. Frank not being able to pull his head together, then Roderick and Greg not being able to get any girls. I just said Frank. Frank, through sheer bullying and delusion, gets the family a dog, which the cretin Manny names Sweetie. Anyone would do. Goes onto Rowley's dad's computer, emails not just his parents, but all of his contacts. Help, get me out of here. These people are driving me crazy. Then in the morning, calls the cops.
Hey, you're always getting in trouble with that Rowley kid. I'm starting to think he's a bad influence.
He's more delusional than I thought. Next time Greg is expecting to go to the country club, Rowley said that he's not going that day. And Roderick was like, oh no, we're going. Just sneak in pretending to be Rowley. So he does, and guess who's there? Rowley. Itchy? I don't remember the plan.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put ants in their sleeping bags. Alright. Then we set a honey fly trap. So then they run out and get stuck on it. Yeah, I like this plan. And then we burn their personal possessions. Yeah. What? We take their tent and throw it in the fire along with all their other stuff. I don't think that's a good idea. Then we throw them in the fire. Oh no, he's as crazy as his dad.
So yeah, they like to keep it modest, so it's in a tent outside of a massive mansion for the decor. I was watching this scene and I paused, rewound, pause again, zoom in, enhance. That man is Jeff Kinney, aka the author of Diary of a Wimpy Kid. That's the guy. So Loaded Diaper absolutely nails their performance and nothing bad happens. And wait, am I seeing this right? You don't. What's gonna be happening? Greg pulled. He actually did it. He broke the family curse. Greg pulled. And that's it. Roll credits. It was a lot of fun, but now it's over. The actors have moved on from their roles, and while not technically the official end, it seemed like the perfect place to end the franchise. While sad, I think it works. That's the end of the Diary of a Wimpy Kid movies.
In his research, Dr. Morrison identified a paradox. A moment.
Seen this fourth movie since 2017 when it first came out, and I remember not really liking it, but I'm a bit older now and I want to rewatch it with more context. I understand why everyone wanted the old actors back. They didn't want more Diary of a Wimpy Kid movies, they wanted more Diary of a Wimpy Kid movies. But none of the child actors could play the same roles that they played back in 2010. I mean, in 2017, Zachary Gordon looked like this. He's not showing up like, hey guys, I'm so excited for 8th grade. Like, no, you're not. I understand why they wanted to make another film. I mean, look at the box office revenue and look how many books they still had left to cover. It makes sense why there's another one, but it also makes sense why people were angry that there's another one. You were handed the impossible task of trying to recast these characters. It didn't matter who you chose, people weren't going to be happy with it. So without further ado, let's jump in to Diary of a Wimpy Kid, The Long Haul. Completely open-minded this time.
Right. Place for babies.
Can you fit right in, Greggy?
I've got to talk about the casting.
Again, I just explained why I understand why this didn't work out, why it couldn't work out. But this guy is Roderick. He got bullied
out of his absolute mind. And when I first saw the movie, I didn't like him as Roderick either. But dude, he was given a Mariana Trench of shoes to fill. People don't credit enough how perfect Devon was for this film. And everyone likes to talk about his looks. They say that he wasn't attractive enough to play Roderick. Do you know what this guy was doing since he was 7? On and off with a couple big breaks. He was a model. This guy was modeling before he got cast for Roderick. And after. So how do you think he would have felt when everyone was making jokes about it? Not my Roderick. This guy's ugly. And it's some bad ones. Also, crazy. He posted a video 1 day ago, updating people about his life, and he said that people are still using hashtag not my Roderick. Bro, it's been 8 years. Leave him alone. So Greg got embarrassed on video, and we all know that turns anyone into a meme nowadays. So he messages this YouTuber he likes to ask if he could be in a video. And I mean, seriously, a YouTuber as big as him, you can't seriously expect a reply.
No, wait. Greg. It says, thanks for the email, Greg.
What?
Use my name. I'm going to get Players
Greg.
Expo this weekend in Indianapolis.
Greg, no, don't do it.
Mashing buttons and making gamer history. Hey.
Don't do it.
This is my next YouTube video?
Greg! Hey guys, quick PSA. If a YouTuber is that willing to meet up with a child, maybe look into that, because that hasn't gone well in the past. So after watching this movie in its entirety, and also the length of this video already, I don't feel it's necessary to talk about this movie in as much depth. So let's separate it into a pros and cons list. First pro, the directing. It's the same. It's the same director as Roderick Rules and Dog Days. It looks very similar, like sometimes even better. I mean, it makes sense they've had 5 more years. They did a pretty good job with that. Second pro, the music. Again, it's the same. They knew what worked with the other movies. They had a good composer. It's the same. First con, the writing. I was so close to complaining about the bad acting, but then I realized it's not even the actor's fault. It's the lines that they are saying. I was like, why is that? Why is a movie that came out 5 years after the last one having a depreciation in quality of writing? It also had the same budget as Dog Days, tying with the highest budget of the franchise. So I looked, and they didn't hire any of the previous screenwriters, which is fine. Dog Days had 2 completely new screenwriters, and they did fine. So who did they hire? Jeff Kinney and David Bowers, the author of the book and the director. Now on paper, that's not a bad idea. The author of the book, so the guy who wrote the book, and the director who's making the movies. But I still feel with their budget and the success of the previous movies, don't change the formula, hire out. A lot of the jokes really...
Alright, so she's just gonna not talk about